Hey folks, Papa Boris here, playing some more Into the Breach. We're going to do a run with my favorite of the 5 new squads in the Advanced Edition, the Bombermechs. This mech is all about, well, it's hard to say what it's all about. It's a very integrated squad. So, I guess at the heart of it we have the Bombling mech. It shoots out a little bombling that you can explode to do 1 damage, but most of the time the damage is not relevant. The cool thing about this is that it can block spawns. It can also block line of sight shots from enemies. And it works really well with the exchange mech. Now, this is the craziest science weapon in the game. It teleports an adjacent unit with any other unit on the map. So it's an unlimited range science move. And I don't normally like the science class weapons, but this one is absolutely disgusting, and you're going to be using it to hilarious effect all the time. The Pierce mech is interesting. It does 2 damage, but it phases through something. So it pushes both the thing it phases through and the thing it hits after that, but it only deals the 2 damage to the thing that it hits. So you can put bomblings in the way, phase through them to do damage, then move the bomblings and block a spawn or damage something or teleport with it. The cool thing about this squad is that it's like a 9,000 IQ squad where, like, you can pretty much bet that every single turn of the game there was something that you could have done that's better than the thing that you did, if only you had, spent like 45 minutes thinking about it. This is also a good opportunity, since I'm trying to use a different pilot in every squad, to use a pilot that people consider really strong but that I've never used much, which is Silica. 2 power is a lot to ask for a pilot ability, but being able to act twice is very useful for the Bombling mech, because if you power up the Bombling mech's upgrade and Silica's upgrade, then you can shoot out 4 little bomblings every single round, and you can do really nutty stuff with that. You can just start killing things. You can be the king of blocking spawns. It's just potentially a really awesome situation. All right, let's take a look at our island selection. So we have the Blast Scion with the Bombling boss. Absolutely no thanks. Spider Scion with the Crab boss is actually okay, and no webbing enemies. That's probably going to be where we go. Regeneration's alright, and the Scorpion boss is fine, but it has a lot of hit points. And then we have Armor, which on the Acid map is okay, and then the Snail boss is fine. I think I like the idea of no webbing, low HP enemies, and the decent boss. Okay, so we have a lot of 2-star missions here. 3 for the first island's not that bad. Let's see what we got here. Ay, destroy 2 mountains. No thanks. Gonna pass on that. Hate the destroy mountains, kill enemies. Defending the prototype bombs. Often a very annoying mission, just because these bombs are usually like right in the thick of things. But with the teleporter, that makes the mission a lot easier, because you can like teleport the bombs and hide them somewhere. And then that just solves all your problems. Now, in this case, the enemies just completely decided to go all the way for the bombs, which is fantastic for me. So I think what I'm going to do is just teleport one of my mechs. I guess I should do the one that's further back. Teleport one of my mechs with the bomb. Get the bomb nice and out of the way, and then you can still move. So what we want to do, I think, is go here and here, and then fire a phasing shot. This will kill the crab, move the bomb onto the spawn, and then I can spawn a bomb and then block the other spawn. So one of the things you do a lot is think about where you can position your bomblings. The bombling cannon is a ranged attack, meaning that you cannot target spaces adjacent to you, and the bomblings have 3 points of movement, so it's sometimes a little bit tricky to figure out how to get everything to a spot where it can move to the spot that you want it to be. Okay, once again, they're going full on after the bomb. I could teleport and whisk the bomb away. That's certainly an option. I could also kill this thing with a little bombling. As long as I can deal with the snail, then I'm fine. What's the order here? So the mosquito first, then the snail. It's a shame. I would have liked it to be the other way around, so the snail could deal with the mosquito. Like by, for example, putting it on this square. Okay, so what I think I'm going to try is this. And this. So that now I can put my bomber mech in the way of my phaser, push kill the snail against my teleporter, and then we can make a little bombling and just polish off the mosquito. Now that's one of those cases I was talking about where I'm like, pretty sure there's a better way of doing things, so I didn't have to let 3 spawns happen. But with this squad, I'm just gonna be, or I'm gonna try to be. I mean, I might fail, but I am going to try to be somewhat disciplined about not overthinking, just because you can potentially think a whole lot about turns with this squad and drive yourself totally nuts. Okay, so we'll just swap the mosquito with the snail. That takes care of both of them. You can go here. You can go here. You can make a little bombling, block a spawn. This will be the final time we do spawns. So the enemies are very healthy. 3 health, 4 health, and 2 health. This does drop to 3 health. But there's no enemies coming off. This squad is kind of like the ultimate spawn blocking squad because it has this... not only that you can like throw an obstacle that can block spawns, but also that it can move after being shot. So it's even better than the Bombermech of yore. Let's see here. I think if I do this, we can go up here and shoot, kill the crab. And then I just need to teleport this mosquito away. You have to be very careful about that, because a lot of times you're like, oh, I'll just use the teleporter to do something. And then you realize, oh, all the things I can teleport this with actually cause major problems for me. All right, so there's nothing useful to do with the bombling, so we'll just pass there. And that's a nice first mission out of the way. If you're up for it, you could spend a lot of time reviewing my moves in this video and find better moves than the ones I'm making, just because I will be trying to play a little bit quicker than usual. And it still probably won't even be that quick. It's just, you know, it's a hard squad to play with, but also super fun. Not the strongest of the 5 new squads. Those are the Mist Eaters by general consensus and also in my opinion. But it's a cool one. Okay, so we have a weird situation here. I can't teleport the snail out of the way because if I do, then whatever I put in its place will block the train and cause the mission to fail. So you have to be very careful, because if you're using your phaser to hit something, then your squad can't actually push, right? Your squad doesn't have any way of pushing things. I think, though, still what I could do here is just, like, let's see, maybe teleport the snail. Hold up. Now, I can't teleport the snail with this, because that will hit a building. And if I move first, then that also doesn't work, because then I can't move afterwards and the train crashes into me. Aha! Yeah, this is a problem. I really have to think about how to do this. So, I mean, I could just phase shoot the snail, and that's fine. But then I need to teleport the spider. Okay, we'll try it. So I'll go back here just to get some damage in on this snail. Then you can, like, put a little... how do I do this? Yeah, I think I shoot a bombling onto this square so that when I teleport the crab, it blocks a spawn, and then the bombling can still move. Because that's like one of those little intricacies. One of the many little intricacies of this squad is that if you teleport before one of your characters moves, then you get to move after the teleport. But if you have to move the thing to get into position for teleporting, then you can't move after the teleport. So there's like a whole thing going on. Surprised the Scion moved here. The Scion movement is usually very annoying, but this moves out of the way of the train and in a position that blocks another enemy from attacking the train. Okay, this is great. These characters are wasting their moves like crazy. So I think what I'm going to do, I am going to just push kill the Scion phasing through the train, simply because I don't want the spiders to happen. And I'm just going to let these enemies do their wasted attacks while I myself am blocking spawns. I could have like teleported and blocked a spawn and killed one of these enemies, but I'd rather keep the 1 health enemies around and block an extra spawn than let an extra spawn happen in exchange for killing one of the enemies. Okay, so we have a 2 health mosquito. That should be fine. So now the enemies get serious. Well, that one did. I think I can just... I think I got a kill here. Am I not mistaken? Yeah, so if we do this, the crab's still wasting its attack. Oh, we can even kill it with a little bomb. Great. One other thing to watch out for is if there is a level with water, you can put one of your mechs into the water and teleport that mech with a land enemy, and then it'll plop into the water and die. But you have to be careful because you cannot do that trick with the bomblings. The bomblings aren't allowed to go into the water. Okay, so we're definitely not doing this. Let's see, what do we got here? Seismic activity and basically free objectives or volatile vac. No thanks on the volatile vac, so we'll go here. I don't like not killing stuff. We've got a snail. All we can really do is try to bait the snail to shoot down this lane. I don't know that other placement factors are important there. Seismic activity is not as good as the Cataclysm, where it just erodes a line at the bottom of the map every turn. Eee, that's awkward. Okay, this is a tricky situation with this snail, simply because it shoots up. And from this mosquito's location and that one, shooting up means hitting a building. So one thing that I could do is I could try to, like, put a bombling onto one of these seismic squares and teleport with it. The issue is... Oh, wait, is this how I do it? Maybe this is how I do it. This is a weird move. I'm investing a lot in killing this snail, but it does take care of everything while also giving my Bombermech the freedom to block a spawn. I don't like how out of position my two mechs are over here. That is a problem, because these buildings make it hard for my mechs to get back into the action. Okay, so the sign I'm happy to see. The spiders are annoying, but the thing about the spiders is they're like a future problem. And future problems are really nice in Into the Breach because, you know, if you need to, if the situation gets dire, you can always kind of like pay it forward in a sense and like deal with something later. Okay, so we got these people. The big one tragically goes after the little one, so I can't have them both take care of each other. My teleporter can't reach. And it's going to be tricky. I can't use my bomblings because I don't have anything powered up for multiple bombs. It's going to be tricky to avoid grid damage here. I think what I might do is just babysit this one like this. Have it block a spawn at least. And maybe there's some way I can teleport around this problem. So if I, for example, do... I can move only 3 spaces. Eek. Okay, so if I do that and that, I can teleport you with the mosquito. That was a little mistake. I think it's worth a reset here, because we're down to just a couple of things. I needed to create a bombling first to block a spawn. Then do the teleporting. Order is really significant with this squad. Okay, so we're gonna have an extra enemy now, because I only blocked one of the 2 spawns. And it's a mosquito, which is annoying. The mosquitoes are annoying because they have flight, they have high movement, they can do anything. But at least I got my mechs out behind this fault line. Okay, that's great. It could have attacked a building, but instead it chose to waste its attack. That's really, really good. And the snail is doing that. Alright, so basically I need to try to block these spawns and deal with these attacks. The mosquito, well, there's a variety of ways to deal with it. This one's luckily wasting its thing. So what do? I could just go here and teleport the mosquito with the scion, body block the snail. Maybe what I want to do is this, so that we are not getting any spawns coming in here. And like this, I'll swap the mosquito with the snail. Oh, I could swap it with the snail. Interesting. So what I can do then is I can actually put a bombling here and do the damage. Now the scion will die blocking the spawn. And then that cancels the attack. I could have damaged the snail instead. Would that have been better? Maybe. Maybe that would have been better. I'm not sure. So a big variable now is what this mosquito is going to do. The good news is, with a teleporter mech, you're never, like, completely helpless against basically anything, because just being able to teleport something anywhere on the map is a huge deal. In fact, let's see, so I can't phase kill this because there's 2 buildings in the way, but so I'll need to use my teleporter on it. So let's say I teleport the snail with the mosquito. That just takes care of the mosquito. And then I can... yeah, I can phase... what if I did something like this? Is that just dumb? Yeah, that's dumb. No, so I'll blow this up, and I'll just accept the fact that... yeah, that was totally pointless. It accomplished nothing. The mosquito was gonna die anyways. So I just risked the mission by taking more damage on a mech. But luckily it didn't change anything. So that is that. Alright, it's going pretty well. So now we have one more mission before the boss. And we have a new choice here. 5 or fewer enemies and not killing the Vec. That's a tough one. Neither of those is great. I could check this out. Destroying the XX is great, and of course we have some free shields, which is great. I could get really greedy and go here. Destroy 2 mountains. I mean, killing 7 enemies is tough with this squad. So let's take a look at the maps. Which map is better? I think they're about the same. I like the water on this one. Gives some more options. Alright, so we'll go here. This is annoying, not killing the volatile Vec, but on the other hand, I'd rather have one thing I'm not allowed to kill than not be allowed to kill things in general. So I need to babysit this, perhaps with my teleporter. And then I'm just hoping that I can block spawns. This had nothing to attack in the first round. It moved up twice, which is not the best, but also not the worst. And this thing chose to waste its attacks. Okay, so everything's wasting attacks. Nothing is doing anything. What's the most that I can make of this situation? Well, obviously it would be great if I could have blocked both of these spawns. Unfortunately, you're one movement short of being able to go here and put a bomberling on that. The issue is I could actually teleport this with, let's say, the snail. So the snail takes a bit of damage. And now you can block a spawn and do that. And you can do a move. Well, I could go up here and phase shoot the snail. The problem is that it also pushes this mosquito into the smoke, or it'll be canceled. If I phase shoot the other way, it just kills the mosquito. Let's kill the mosquito. I'm fine with it. I'm not as concerned about the snail as I am about the mosquito. Now, of course, the volatile Vec is free to web one of my mechs, which is the teleporter, which is a little bit scary. But on the other hand, I can pretty easily do some babysitting with my teleporter. Yeah, this cancels both enemies' attacks. If enemies attack in different directions, it's a little bit... well, I wouldn't say easy, but it sometimes is possible to just babysit both of them with the teleporter by swapping the enemies with each other. This is unfortunately not the last round of spawns. There's one more round of spawns, so I have to survive one more round of the Vec with the snail. And it's tricky because now my Bombermech can no longer block a spawn. It's at 1 health. It's a tricky situation here, because if I go here and phase shoot the spider and the snail, snail survives with 1 HP, and it goes here, and I can't really get at it, except for, I guess, with a bomb. So let's say I do that, I kill it with a bomb. That leaves me with just... oh, okay, so maybe this works. Maybe it's something like this. Wait, no, not that first. First this, that. Then I make the bomb. Put the bomb here. Blow it up. Which is annoying that there's a spider. And then I can teleport this with the Bombermech and have it waste its attack. Okay, so I think I'm pretty happy about this. We now have one new enemy and a spider and the Vec that I'm not allowed to kill. So what's everyone gonna do? This? Okay. So this needs to be dealt with, and that needs to be dealt with. This I can let go because it's only 1 damage. Alright, I think we'll just keep it simple. Well, nothing's ever simple. So I'd like to kill this Scion if I can for extra experience. but I just don't see how that's happening. And maybe there is some clever way. So we'll do this. You now need to deal with the spider. I can't use a Bomberling to kill the sign because I had to get rid of that spider. And I couldn't get rid of that spider by teleporting with the Volatile Vec because the spider and the Vec were attacking in the same direction. And when two enemies attack in the same direction, having them swap with each other doesn't actually accomplish anything. Still, though, I'm very happy that we actually beat the mission with no grid damage, got a time pod, which is fantastic. And so now I gotta think about where to put that time pod before doing the boss. Oh, got a bonus. Nice. Okay, well, the hardest one to... These are actually both really hard to level up. Well, but I'm not swapping you out, right? So we'll put you here. You got opener, which is fantastic. Boost for +2 damage is great. So I think I want movement on my teleporter because I want it to get into position since it's very important in some cases for it to be in precise locations to be able to teleport stuff where stuff wants to be teleported. Not really sure what the proper positioning is. I guess we'll just put everybody in a line here and maybe the boss will waste its attack going down this line. No, not a chance. Okay. Yikes, nobody's wasting attacks. Oh, geez. Okay. Scary. Very scary. So I could just do something like this. Put a Bombling here. And then Phase gets 3 damage on the spider, which would be quite useful. The issue is then, can I teleport these guys? I can. Alright, we'll just, we'll do that, I guess. It's a little bit unfortunate that I cannot get this Bombling onto the spawn, but I can just put an extra damage on the boss. And then we're going to be babysitting the 2 mosquitoes. So it's one of those things where maybe 9,000 IQ move was available to do something better than this. Now we are in worse shape than before, since there is now going to be 2 mosquitoes, the boss, and an extra enemy. Luckily, it's a Scion, which is a future problem, not a now problem, which I'm very happy about. Mosquitoes are still just not cooperating. They are not wasting their attacks. So I'm gonna have to put up with spiders, I think. I just don't see a way of having the luxury of killing this thing while also dealing with everything else. So let's see. I think the obvious thing is just to phase kill the spider. And I just don't see a way to avoid... Yeah, I have to teleport these mosquitoes with each other, unfortunately. That's one of the weaknesses of this squad. It's the fact that your Bombermech, cool as it is, doesn't have a way to push enemies. And so, basically, if your phaser is doing something and your teleporter is doing something, then your bomber actually is really weirdly impotent. So you have to be very careful sometimes how you manage your resources. Okay, the mosquitoes. These mosquitoes are out for blood, which is, I guess, pretty thematic for mosquitoes. They are just not wasting their attacks. Luckily, the snail wastes an attack, but the spider doesn't. So we have 3 things to deal with. And unfortunately, still 1 more round of spawns. Now, the one lucky thing here is everything is attacking in different directions. So I could do this and phase through to kill that mosquito. And just... Well, hang on. I don't necessarily have to babysit, because I could blow up the spider with a bomb, and then I could have the snail pull the mosquito in, but that's just 1 damage. I mean, who cares? So yeah, I guess what I'm going to do then is teleport the mosquito with the spider, just to babysit those 2. And then you can get out of the way, go here, and we're just going to block a spawn with that. I forgot to shoot! I literally just forgot to have my phaser take the shot. Okay, so now in the final round, in addition to taking a grid damage, we have a mosquito sitting around that just should not be here, which is awesome. I love that. I love it very much. Alrighty. Great. Well, this time I only have 2 critical things because because the snail and the spider wasted their attacks. And there's no building here, so I can just do that at my leisure, and I need to use the teleporter on this mosquito. Okay, so maybe what I'll do is like this. Let's just blow up the spider so I could stand next to the mosquito so that the mosquito kills the snail, and then you just babysit this mosquito. Seems a bit weird. I cannot believe I just forgot to do the attack. That was something precious. It'll go down in history. Had it all planned out and everything. Okay, well, pretty good opening island. Silly mistakes notwithstanding. We get a bonus. This guy and no level up. And this thing is whatever. Well, it's weird because I think 2 grid defense, you know, it's sort of whatever. I can just sell this for a star. But honestly, like, I don't want to spend a power core on this. This guy gives me nothing. So yeah, I'm going to just do this. It's weird. But if I'm going to sell a thing for a star and use the star to buy 1 grid defense, I might as well get 2 grid defense. Okay, we got this, which is interesting. This is one of the new weapons, the Spider Squad. The problem is this still, it's not helping me that much. Basically, it creates a spider on a kill, and the spider can do an attack that pushes, but it only deals 1 damage. So it's kind of a weird way to try to get pushes into it. This is a tank. Tanks are good, but pull tanks are the worst. I don't think I want to commit to that. I think what I want to do is just sell my extra pilot and buy 3 power cores in that case. And we can spend the power cores here. So it's always an interesting question. Do I do the double shot or the 2 bombs? This means I can't move, but I can shoot the bombs in the same direction. This means I have to shoot them in different directions, but I can move. I like going for this first because it gives me an extra power core to work with. And I could, like, you know, give an extra move here, which could be useful. Or I could give extra health here, which is useful. Or I could make an investment to get that damage up. Yeah, why don't we get the movement up for flexibility and then maybe consider switching it out to the damage once I get an extra power core, hopefully in a time pod on the next island. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe, and I'll see you again soon to continue the run. Take care.